It's the sweetest thing I know of, just spending time.
Well, he was awarded an honorary MBE in 2002 for services to the music industry and has sold over 10, we've had this discussion, 10 to 12 million albums, as well as 3 million DVDs. After a 2-year break from touring, Daniel O'Donnell is on the road again, and he's with us now in the studio. A huge welcome to the cafe. It is legendary singer Daniel O'Donnell.
Good to be here.
Good morning.
Thank you.
I must ask you, why was it an honorary MBE?
Well, because I'm not English or a member of the Commonwealth, I'm from Ireland, you get honorary title. And I got presented by Prince Charles. There was 5 of us, and we got it in the ambassador's residence in Dublin. The only time you go to the palace, if you're not part of the Commonwealth, is when you get an honorary knighthood. So I'm working on that.
Excellent. What did Prince Charles say to you? Anything exciting?
Well, he was very nice and pleasant and just asked about things, and I used to sign CDs for his grandmother, and he used a roundabout way it got to him to give to her, so we talked about that. And yeah, that's the first time I met him, the only time I met him, but he was very pleasant.
Yeah, what an honour too, you know, what an honour to get that honorary MBE.
Yeah, you know, I never thought about the fact that I could get anything like that, and when I got the information about it, I couldn't figure out how it could happen. And then I found out that it was people in the UK who come to the shows that had written in to see if I could be honoured in some way.
That's so nice. I mean,
yeah,
you've
it was
got
lovely.
a huge fan base, haven't you? Have you been recognised in New Zealand yet?
No, I don't think so. I haven't been out very much, I have to say. But, well, no, not to my knowledge anyway. Sometimes people kind of take a second glance, but they don't expect you.
I know you. Yeah. From where? Well, did I go to school
most
with
wanted,
you or something?
Most wanted, yeah.
Now, you've taken 2 years off. There was some very good reasons for that as well, wasn't there?
Well, my wife back in 2013 was diagnosed with breast cancer, and during her treatment, and she had surgery and chemotherapy and everything, I said to her, you know, when you're better, I'll take time out and we'll do just some travelling and everything. And we did that. We broke up in February 15, and I didn't start touring until August 17. And last year we went on, some people think this is crazy, but we went on a cruise for 4 months.
Where did you go?
We went from Los Angeles to Dubai. And we stopped here in New Zealand. We came into Port Chalmers, and we were in the Bay of Islands, and we were Auckland and Christchurch, and
wow,
it was lovely.
That's extraordinary. Did they make you get up and do a couple of numbers?
One time I did a show for them, because a lot of the people were American, and some of them weren't aware of what I did, and they were intrigued. So almost at the end of the cruise, I did an hour show for them, which was good fun.
What a treat.
Now, you are touring New Zealand. You've been here a few times before. And, you know, I just wanted to say one of my first jobs was selling records and cassettes at a music shop in Gore. Our 2 biggest sellers were a New Zealand band called The Dudes and Daniel O'Donnell.
So I was a dude as well.
Yeah, you were a dude. And you still are a dude. And it's interesting because, you know, you have grown through the changes in music from cassettes to CDs to the internet, and you've survived that, and you sell millions and millions of albums. What do you think your secret is?
Well, I suppose I love singing. I've always loved, you know, the opportunity to sing. My motivation for starting was not for anything other than the enjoyment I got from it. Now, I've been very fortunate, you know, to have a great career and a very long. I mean, I started in 1981, made my first record in 83. And I suppose things took shape about 85, 86. And from there, you know, it's been amazing. I came here for the first time in 94. And this is my 13th visit.
Your 13th visit, so you're obviously incredibly popular. It must have enabled you too, though, to meet a lot of your idols as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Who have you met that you've
Well, my favourite singer is Loretta Lynn, the American country singer. And I got to meet her, I've recorded with her. I got to stay in her house a few years ago. She always invited me, and eventually I plucked up the courage, because even though I do what I do, I'm still a fan of hers. You know, even though I know her, and Charlie Pride. I love Charlie. I love Cliff Richard, and I've got. I suppose the amazing thing is that I've got to know all these people, you know, and my wife and I, especially Cliff, we became very friendly with Cliff over the years, and you know, we go on holiday with him every so often. So it's quite amazing that you can be a fan of somebody for a long time and then become friends. And I have to say that these three people are everything that I would want them to be.
Can you just imagine what people would see when they rock up to the beach and there's Daniel O'Donnell and Cliff Richard going for a swim in the surf?
And a blessed life too, because not only have you had a successful career, I believe your wife is better now.
Yeah, she's good, yeah. And we just had a year and a half ago, had a little granddaughter.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So she is just the light of our lives. Yeah, the light of our lives.
So tell us about the show. What can we expect?
Well, I always try to do a mixture of old and new. I mean, when I go to see the people that I mentioned, Cliff or Loretta or Charlie Pride, I want to hear the songs that brings me to see them. So if I go to see Charlie and I hear Crystal Chandelier or whatever, I'm happy. If I go a second night, I want to hear it again. So I'm always mindful that people come because of songs that they have made popular. So I try to include the older stuff and then some of the more recent recordings.
Well, I'm sure people are going to love seeing you back in this country, Daniel. It is such an honour sitting here talking to you. You are an incredible person and an incredible talent. Daniel O'Donnell will be performing in Invercargill tomorrow night before heading to Dunedin, Christchurch, Auckland and Palmerston North. You can check out the website for all the details. And don't go anywhere, as Daniel will be performing for us live right here on The Cafe. Daniel O'Donnell, thank you very much.
Oh, and feeling good was easy, Lord, when a Bobby sang the blues. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. There's all the news to tell him about how you spent your time, and what's the latest thing the neighbors say. And your mother called last Friday, sunshine made her cry. You felt the baby move just yesterday. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. And oh, the time that I can lay this tired old body down, feel your fingers feather soft upon me, the kisses that I live for, the love that lights my way, happiness living with you brings me. It's the sweetest thing I know of, just spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home, like a fire softly burns, supper on the stove, the light in your eye that makes me warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again, you know it is. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long-lost friend, yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. Said, hey, it's good to be
back home again.